Alright, we're back. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We just had to get a few things figured out here. Catch our breaths. So, under practice, Ian, looks like we're getting ready to go through qualifying right now. What do you think watching practice?
Like I said, I think we're going to see a lot of bumping and probably a few people going around backwards due to the fact that it's Richmond, it's a short track. Good place for payback if you've been holding out for that, and a good place for some nice tight racing.
I was talking to a few of the racers a few minutes ago while they were sitting out of practice, and they were saying that they're going to have a lot of tire problems, mostly the right rear. And they're also saying that fuel mileage is not too big of a concern. That there might only need one pit stop to run on fuel, but they will be pitting for tires. What are your thoughts on that?
This place is a lot like what we saw last week when we were at Rockingham. It eats the tires up. You will run through tires before you run through a tank of fuel. And if you don't get that sorted out right away, you end up either chopping one down or just running it to the point where it's so loose you can't hold on to it, and then we get a caution flag. You really just got to take care of your tires for the long run, make sure you got the fuel to make it, and really if you're thinking about not pitting at all, you really got to hope for the cautions. But I still think if we see a caution, somebody's going to have to pit because tires are huge here. I mean, fresh tires will get you 4 or 5 positions on the restart.
Yeah, we also are coming from another track last race. So like I said, it was at Rockingham. We had raced last week, and it's also another track that I don't want to say it's similar like this, but it's also a semi-short track. So I'm thinking that they'd be in the groove, so to speak, to get this one going underway. Watching practice from my point of view, it looks like it's going to be a pretty long race. Don't know really what to expect out of it. All I can say, it's 80 laps. We got a long ways to go from the start here.
We're looking at the points here. We got coming down to the end, down to the end of the season here. We got Mitch Lionel out front. He's got a steady lead over Brian Terry of 136 points, but it's a tight battle for second with Ross only 22 behind him and Spidell holding 15 points behind Ross. So we might see a good run there for second.
It's a close race for points from. Let's see what we got from second on back. The top 5, I guess you should say, keeping it close. Also looking at practice, your points leader, Mitch Lennon, was running 8th in practice with a lap time of 21.260. And then we also got second place, we got Brian Terry, who was running 11th in practice, running 21.357. So I don't...
I don't know if I helped you, but looking back a week to Rockingham, our winner last week, Dylan Brockwell, he's sitting 5th in practice. So a couple of the guys in front of him get a bad run. He may have a chance to go back to back.
Yeah, there's a lot of people I wouldn't really necessarily count out on this one. I know I've been watching Dave Washington for past few races, and I guess you can call it the Washington luck. I don't want to talk down on him or anything, but it seems like he's among one of the the great drivers here, and he'll have a problem, get put to the back of the pack, and just have no luck at all and be completely taken out. So he's one of the drivers to watch on a short track, knowing that there will be some bumping and bang. Let's just to see what kind of luck he's got on this one. All right, as we run you through the grid, Ian and I will be telling you who we got here. So starting off on the pole, the number 45 of Kenny Baum Jr. setting the pace with a 21.186. On the outside of him, we got Dave Washington in the number 10 car.
For our second row tonight, strolling out on the inside, the number 37 car, Cody Marshall, and on the outside, the 18, last week's winner at Rockingham, Dylan Brockwell.
Next row back, we got the 62 of Chuck Sweeting, followed by the 76 of Brad Spadell.
And on row number 4, on the inside, we got James Goiner, and on the outside, we have Stefan Brunel.
Next row back, we got the number 60 of Brian Neff. On the outside of him, we got the 51 of Brian Lambert.
Row behind them, the number 70, Mike Arnson on the inside, and the outside, Rick Donovan on the number 31.
24, Chad Osborne will be starting in 13th, followed by the number 14 and 14th, James Ross.
Row behind them, we have the 73 of Sean Menning, and on the outside, Jimmy Coscarellas in the number 11.
Next row back, we got the number 5 car of Michelin, and he is your points leader, followed by the 12 of Jade Williams.
Row behind them, the 72 of David Kamara, and the 92 of Brian Terry, and shotgun on the field, number 75, Ronald Hendrick.
All right, we got a stacked field tonight, full course here with the 21 drivers. And any final thoughts before we take this thing green?
I just think this is going to be an exciting one, and I'm looking forward to it. Richmond Racing's always a fun one.
It looks like we have James Ross, who is starting in 14th position, getting an EOL penalty from possibly a last race wreck. I'm going to have to look in on that for you. Lights are out. iRacing for Mustang. Wait for them to make that hard left.
They're going to be digging on the restart here, trying to get as many spots as they can. We'll see what they can get.
Here goes the iRacing pace car down pit road. Green flag as Kenny Baum wastes no time heading down the front stretch into turn 1. We got our new camera here. It's set up on the car, top of the car here, looking backwards. We'd like your input on it. Riding on board with Kenny Baum.
So see, looking back there, Dave Washington and Cody Marshall going at it for second place. Washington edged him at the line that time, but they're still side by side. See what these guys can do here. Looks like Washington's going to get him down the back straight away. Everybody just kind of single file. No, not yet. Cody fighting back on the outside, but everybody just kind of sorting it out, getting single file here. Not trying to do anything too drastic now as Brockwell makes his move. Brockwell still side by side.
Coming down the back stretch, we got Dylan Brockwell passing Cody Marshall for
He's going to go to the lead here. He's going to get that lap. Brockwell slips by in 2. Kenny Baum maybe having a problem there. Fade backwards, but maybe just over on the corner or something. Seems like he's settling it back in, but definitely slipping back. Brockwell to Brockwell to second. Dave Washington, your new leader here at the PowerTek Nationwide Series.
One of the things I noticed about Kenny Baum watching a lot of his racing, he seems to save his tires early on in the race and falls back, and then comes on strong towards that second half. So I'd definitely be watching him throughout the later part of this run.
So that could be the right strategy. You saw there, Richmond not the easiest place to pass at, and fall back to the front. What would happen all the time there as we look back? That's by James Gunner going at it, the 05 and the 79. 05 slips by. It looked like Brad got the ball there off before.
Yeah, one of the more difficult tracks to run in the series. Just because it's so tight coming off of 2, I noticed not much room to get 2 cars side by side off of there, so you really got to tiptoe through it.
Yeah, definitely. It comes up, and that wall sneaks up on you real quick for 2, and they really do run that setup fairly tight here, and does tend to go straight for that wall.
Looks like we got a battle for, it looks like 9th place. We got Stefan and with Brian Lambert battling for actually top 10.
Back to the front now, battle for 3rd between Kenny Baum Jr. and Cody Marshall. Cody Marshall slips right by him there. I don't know, Dylan, you might not be entirely wrong with what you said there. Kenny Baum definitely sliding back. He may just be saving those tires. Getting it caught up there. And right behind them now, it looks like Spidell was trying to get back past the 05, but nothing doing. Okay, here we're on board with Dave Washington coming to the start-finish line. We're going to talk you around this track. Here you see comes to the start-finish line. Then here at Richmond, you're going to be hard on the brakes for turn 1. You want to turn it in nice and tight. Get right down there on that yellow line. Up and off down the back straightaway here. Make sure it settles before you get back in it, and you'll end up backwards. Hard on the brakes, and yellow flag on the track. We got a caution. Looking back here, can't see it just yet. Big right now.
Yeah, it looks like it started in the first corner. Looks like we had Chad Osborne caught up on that one. Let's see if we get some names here for you.
Just a big wreck out of 2. This one and your points leader slipped through, but it looked like the start of that, Brian Neff just came down and got into Osborne, and around Osborne went, and couldn't save it, and the cars behind him just nowhere to go, ended up piling in, and well, it's one of those tracks kind of like Daytona Talladega, where if you're running close enough, there's just nowhere to go. Granted, Daytona Talladega you're going a bit faster because of the draft you're in a pack, but here it's just the same.
It looks like we've got quite a few drivers caught up. We got Chad Osborne, David Camara, and Jade Williams.
Brian Terry also involved. He's placing points. It's not going to help him. You look, plenty of cars on pit road though. Kenny Baum comes down. Looks like he got tires along with the 05. Chuck Sweeting was down. Brian Lambert. Your points leader, Mitch Lennon, came down. Stephen Bonnell, Donathan, Medling. Neff might have come in to pull that left front fender out. Don't want to get a tire over anything. Spidell was down. Lots of cars on pit road. But your leader, Dave Washington, stayed out, and he got. Looks like he's going to stay out front here unless no, they're giving it to Brockwell.
Dave Washington pit that put Dylan Brockwell up to the lead.
It looked like everybody pitted, and I don't know here. I'm going to keep an eye on it, but I think Brockwell might have only taken 2 tires.
If you're going to experiment with 4 and 2 tires, now's the time to do it early on.
Yeah, you definitely want to get that sorted out so you know what you can do at the end of the race.
All right, coming to your first caution here of the day. We're going to go ahead and take a moment and take our breaths, and we'll be right back after this.
I felt it all at the hall, where it's a cool 33 degrees.
We experienced it all at the hall, where my son became the fastest man ever.
I relived it all at the hall, where my grandson asked me, "Did you really do all that?"
Experience high-octane fun during NASCAR Hall of Fame's Cure for the Common Summer, presented by Coca-Cola.
Hey race fans, it's Carl Edwards, driver of the number 99 Aflac Ford Fusion with your eye safety tip of the week. Did you know that 90% of eye injuries can be avoided simply by wearing the proper ANSI approved eyewear? More than 1 million Americans have lost some degree of sight due to eye injury. That's a risk that I'm just not willing to take. Go to wileyx.com to find a dealer near you and to learn more about the first premium performance sunglass company whose entire product line is occupational safety. That's the
We are back as we just took the green flag coming to lap number 17. So we got Dylan Brockwell leading the field into turn 1 with Cody Marshall. And we got Dave Washington side by side for a battle for second, all the way back to side by side.
Ooh, and that was tight getting into 3-4 with Washington and Marshall. It's a battle for second. Brockwell trying to check out. He knows Washington is a fast car. Dave Washington can't clear Marshall on the outside here and get back after him. He really arced that out there, trying to carry the speed, and it looks like he's going to get by him here.
Oh, Dave Washington tagged it all. Like I said earlier, there's nowhere to come off of that turn 2. It's really hard to file 2 cars down into one lane. So it's a give and take situation.
Kind of looked like he was just pushing to get back by Marshall to try and get after, so he was trying to get back after the 18, and just pushed it a little too hard up and back the wall. Back behind them, he was still side by side for sixth position as Brian Lambert and Chuck Sweeting go at it. And into that one. He wants to get up to the front. He wants to score 3 points off and keep opening up that point lead.
They still got that battle for second. Now it's Dave Washington's looking for the inside Cody Marshall.
Side by side now for 6th position. Just wanted to move him up a position now as he gets after Sweeting. He's going to get Sweeting here, maybe he can get after Lambert in the next corner. So he start to sort out back here. And there they go, Washington, side by side for second. He gets moved up. Tony Baum trying to get out for third.
Looks like David's sticking a nose in there underneath Cody Marshall, and he's got a kind of a run on down the backstretch coming into turn 3 here. It looks like they're going to even it up coming out of 4.
Coming off of 4, side by side to the third finish line, 47 to 10 for second place. Dave Washington on the bottom. What can he do through 1? He comes to the inside. Maybe he can pull this out a little bit. Off to the corner. Looked like he wiggled. Drag race down the back straightaway to turn 3.
Coming into turn 3, it looks like Cody Marshall's got that run on the high side down. Dave Washington fights back hard on the inside as he goes down the front stretch. Across the stripe, Dave Washington has second place across the stripe that time.
Yeah, but Marshall's not done with him yet. Fighting back on the outside. Kennybaum has to be loving this. He is closing up on these two. Maybe trying to follow Washington through that hole. Washington clear of Marshall now, but Kennybaum slots it going after third.
Kennebaum working that inside line, going down the front stretch. They're going to go side by side across the stripe. Cody Marshall leads that lap in 3rd place across the line. Kennebaum still fighting hard down the inside, coming off a 2.
Looking back from Dave Washington there to Cody Marshall and Kennybaum, they sort that out, but now here comes the 05 after Marshall. Marshall losing positions. He's able to finally fall on the line on the bottom line there. And it seems like as I've been watching this, Dylan, it's like that top line just does not work. I mean, you can get out there a little bit, and you can run side by side with somebody, but it ends up always being that inside line that ends up getting it.
Yeah, that's one of those things. It's a one-line track. It's really difficult to pass here as they run single file all the way back to 6th.
And back here in 7th, we got a lot of cars looking for position. Just lining up stuck on the outside, side by side up front, or side by side with Chad Osborne there. Diego racing. Osborne is flat down. He's left 2 down in 18. So he's not really fighting for position. But Donovan right there behind one, as he gets side by side, he is racing for position. We'll see what happens there as we look back towards the front. It seems like they've all sorted out. Dylan Blackwell out front with about half a second lead over Dave Austin.
Alright, as we run you through the top 5, brought to you by PowerTek Power Solutions, we got leading the pack. And that's top 5. We got Dylan Brockwell leading the field. David Washington's followed him in 2nd. Kenny Baum's 3rd. Cody Marshall's 4th. James Gagne in the 5th position. Looks like back in the pack we got things sorted out. They're starting to play single file now. Looks like they're just kind of holding on for the long ride.
It looks like we might just settle down here, get everything sorted, get a good run going for a while. Try and tick off as many of these 80 laps as we can, as we're already 30 laps into this.
As we got a couple cars spinning down the front stretch. Yellow flag. We got the number 20, Stefan Ruda.
And the 72 taking a hard hit into the outside wall. He was involved in that first wreck. This is not a good day for that 72 car. I don't know what happened there for Dave Romero, but definitely see what happened with the 20.
It looks like coming off of 4, he just gets loose with Sean. Him and Sean get into it. He loses it.
That contact, and he got around. Like 72. Was coming across the line there. He completely lost it. I don't know if he checked up, if he's got the brake a little too hard, or what happened there, but it's like he came off the corner, saw this. He got loose off of 4, and then when he went to check up for the 20, it just kicked him around and came down and heavy outside wall hit for the 72, but he got it rolling again.
So far it looks like we have a few cars pushing behind the wall. We got the number 60 of Brian Neff and number 72 of David Kimura.
And at this point,
as we catch our breath for the second caution of the race, we're going to go to a commercial brought to you by PowerTek and our seat. We'll be right back.
Did your little storm knock out the power? Well, excuse me for not noticing. Hate to disappoint you, old man Winter. Better luck next time.
If the power goes out, your Generac standby generator goes on automatically.
Down trees, flash floods. Is that all you've got?
Stand up to the threat of outages with Generac and never feel powerless.
Does a real race car have a center post? Of course not, and neither should your race rig. The RC Evo V3 with its unique design has no center post. The RC Evo replicates what you would be accustomed to as your daily driver or something you may take to the track. It can accommodate drivers from 4'11" up to over 6'6" tall and is pre-drilled for all of the major wheel manufacturers on the market today. When it comes to performance, look no further than the RC Evo V3. Check out the RC Evo and other sim racing equipment by heading to www.rc.net.
We're back to the 80 laps here at Richmond, brought to you by PowerTek Power Solutions. Under our second caution, due to a car spinning down the front stretch, that would be the number 20, Stefan Brunel.
While we were away, we saw pit stops up front. Looks about the same, but you notice the absence of Dave Washington. He has fallen all the way back to 16th position at this point. I'm not sure what happened with him. He came down, looked like he only took 4 tires, but he was sitting there for a while, and I pulled back off the field. Something may be up here.
He was sitting there for a little while. He may have been, earlier on in the race, he got into the wall. He may have been fixing the damage from that incident.
He may have been, but I just noticed he's sitting all the way at the back. I think he might have been tagged with speeding on pit road, because he is at the end of the longest line. Unfortunate there for Washington. He's going to have to not only start behind everybody in front of him for position, but also behind everybody in the lead lap as we get ready to go to green.
As the pace car comes down to pit road, we got Dylan Brockwell wasting no time taking us to the green flag, as we got Kenny Baum and Cody Marshall fighting it out, with Brian Lambert getting into the mix. And then look at this, we got the number 5 of Mitch Lennon, our points leader, up into the top 5.
He's been calling himself forward all night. He battles Kenny Baum in the 4th position right now. The front piece is right by him. Ooh, he got a little loose there. Wiggle, it's at 62, looking for 5th. I don't know what happened with Kenny Baum. He was on the outside. Maybe he just held back and let him go. Get back in. Donovan with a problem. He's on the apron, dropping back. Not sure what happened with him, but now he's right there in front of Dave Washington. He said that the third speeding penalty was already fought his way back to 15th. He's starting to move forward up to 13th now. See if he can't get back to the front before the end of the night.
Back to the front, we got Kenny Baum losing position to Mitch Lennon. That'll move Mitch up to, we got, does it come across the line? Mitch Lennon to 4th, Kenny Baum back to 5th.
Yeah, losing another position here. Chuck Sweeting slips by. Might be a problem on that 45 machine. Right back. Oh, Fidel got loose. What a save on the back straight. Back to the front here. Battle for the lead. Cody Marshall looking to the inside. Can't get the nose in on that 18 car. Looks like Chuck Sweeting coming alive as he slips around Mitt. He's going to have problems. He's falling back. Plenty of cars we saw strong early now going backwards. Whether it be from just penalties or from issues out on the track. I'm not sure what's going on here.
It looks like he slowed down quite a bit, checking up a couple cars coming out of turn 2.
This may have been a situation where some of these guys that are falling back now might have took 2 to try and maintain the position. 2 tires on pit road, and these cars with 4 tires are just weeping all over them. Looks like out front, still Brockwell and Marshall. They are pretty close, but they're not side by side just yet. Lambert's starting to close up on them. We're looking further back to see Brad Spidell in a battle for 8th with Sean Medlin. And right behind them, Washington and Rick Donovan going at it. They are side by side. 2 rows back to 2 wide. 2 rows back here now. Washington moves to 31. He wants to get back to the front. You know he's going to be frustrated after that pit road penalty. He's not going to stop for anything, is he, Dylan?
No, he is. He's, like I said during the beginning of the broadcast, he's among the best drivers in this league, and he's always got that luck that always seems to push him towards the back of the pack, but he can always seem to find himself running in the front of the pack shortly after.
he battled back. He's already back up to 9, but side by side with Friedel there. He gave Friedel a shot heading off into 3 last lap. And, like I said, he's not going to hold up for anybody here. He's going to go, wow, Donovan right behind him got really loose. And he saved that in mid-corner. Nobody got into him. That's another one of those moments where these guys are going at it, and I'm surprised we haven't had another caution back.
While you were talking about that, we had a pass for 5th. Mitch Linden back up into the top 5 with Kenny Baum Jr. right on his tail, moving Kenny Baum up to 6th. Now we got Kenny Baum looking at the inside of Mitch Linden coming out of turn number 4, it looks like.
Oh, Mitch Lennon up into the outside wall there, not sure what happened. Yeah, middle of the corner, might have gotten really loose and just had to save it. He's going to drop back now. As you see Dave Washington up to 6th position as he slips by there, and he is on a mission. He wants to get back to that front. He wants to get back out front, and he wants to win this thing. Battle for the lead, the 18, Dylan Rockwell and Cody Marshall side by side for it. That's why Ryan Lambert right behind him as he's looking at this and he's got a front row seat to his battle. Cody Marshall trying to work that outside line here, trying to get around Brockwell as he gets a run down the back straightaway. Then the drag race into 3, Marshall runs it in deeper, but as it washes up, you see caution and a yellow flag. Medley.
There's got Sean Medling hitting the outside wall coming out of turn 2. Nobody else got collected in that.
But as we said here, Dylan, one of those nights we figured it was going to be caution filled, and that's another one.
Looking back, yeah, Rick Donathan looks like he got into the back of another car, which split him coming out of the turn 2. He just gets loose behind the 14.
20 car, Brunel around. I wonder what happened there. Might have been another caution incident here. Brunel was checked up at the end of the field. Oh, Medling. Medling couldn't stop and ran him over. So under caution there, the 20 car, Stefan Brunel ends up getting some bad luck there, and round goes out the bumper of Sean Medling. As you see these cars coming down from pit stops.
At this point, I'd say 4 tires is a must, as it looks like everybody is getting full 4 tires and full fuel.
And the race off pit road there, you saw it there, Cody Marshall slips out in front of Brockwell. He's going to go to the lead. Lambert comes in. Let's see what happens here with Washington. We're looking for him now.
Let's give it a minute here. Let's let it sort out across the line as we get Dave Washington through the lead.
Dave Washington, we came down pit road there. He played the strategy move. He took 2 tires. Only took right sides, and when they dropped the jack, he was gone way before anybody else. We'll see if that pays off or if he ends up having to work with these other guys to not get run over. Okay, we're going to take a quick break here before we go back to green. I'm going to send you off for a message from our sponsors, the NASCAR Hall of Fame.
I felt it all at the hall, where it's a cool 33 degrees.
We experienced it all at the hall, where my son became the fastest man ever.
I relived it all at the hall, where my grandson asked me, "Did you really do all that?"
Experience high-octane fun during NASCAR Hall of Fame's Cure for the Common Summer, presented by Coca-Cola.
And we are back here at Richmond for the PowerTek Nationwide Series. real quick, we're going to get a quick interview with Dave Washington. Dave, you only took 2 tires on that last pit stop. You think you can hold the car up there with everybody else that took 4?
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I had a little misfortune. I banged the wall, and then I got caught speeding on pit road. So I'm going to try to hang it out here and see what I can do. It doesn't change that much with the 2 tires, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, 10-4. We'll let you get back here, get ready to go. It looks like you guys are 1 to green, so we'll see what you can do here.
Thanks, guys.
That was the number 10 of Dave Washington driving the PowerTek Power Solutions Chevrolet as we got 1 lap to green flag.
Okay, we're going to do a real quick run through the Sandbath top 5 here. Taking us back to green in the lead, Dave Washington, then Cody Marshall in second, Dylan Brockwell third, then Lambert and Chuck Sweeting, your top 5. As they come off, pace cars in. Washington leads them back, and we are green racing again. Richmond. Off through 1, we are side by side, 2 rows deep for second. As their second and third are battling it out. Now they sort it out. Oh, here comes Sweeting. He had to check up hard there as they sorted it out in front of him, and now Kenny Baum powering by on the outside can get it done. Sweeting gets back. Dave Washington out front of those 2 tires. How long is that going to last?
It looks like we got a battle from, so we got 10th place. Oh, we got Brad Spadell spinning down the backstretch out of turn 2. Caution's out again.
Yeah,
looks like he just got loose.
It looks like he kept it off the wall, though, so he should be able to just line it back up here, bring it down and get the 4 tires. But, yeah, looking at it here, he just got a little bit too low. Perry caught that apron and it just took that car loose. He was able to lock it down and bring it to a stop, though. It's going to be pain now. He'll be in the back to have to work his way forward again. But nice job keeping it clean there, not hitting anything.
Yeah, one of the tricky things about this track is that yellow line, that bottom line right there. You start touching that yellow line, and it really gets the car loose. The transition from flat to the banked turn will really start to play with the dynamics of the car. So it's one of those gambling things when you try flirting with that.
Well, Dylan, as you said, it's a gamble, but do you think he could have made that gamble? Because we're getting down to go time here, and across the line that time, only 20 laps to go. Could he have been pushing for the position, trying to get towards the front?
I don't know if he would have been doing it that early due to the heavy traffic situation. I mean, he had James Gardner in front of him, followed by Brian Terry, and then he also had our points leader, Mitch Lindham, right behind him. So he was in a big gaggle of cars for 10th place, fighting for the top 10. He could be pushing. I'm not quite sure. As we're looking at the 24 here, Chad Osborne. He was a few laps down. He got waved around for the lucky dog. He is now back on the lead lap, scored in the 12th position.
And if we look back to the front here with Dave Washington, we're still getting the stats in, but from what we're hearing, if he wins tonight, this will be his 3rd win in a row over the 3 Series here at Noble. He won the Trucks last week, and he won the Cup race last Thursday. So if we can pull this off, it'll be his 3rd win in 2 races over the last 3 weeks. The last 3 races here at Noble.
Let's also not forget the number 18 of Dylan Brockwell won last weekend at, where did we go last weekend? Rockingham, sorry about that. So he's still hungry for the win, as we seen last week.
We got a bunch of guys up front here, definitely willing to do whatever it takes to win. Kenny Baum's still working there. He's 6th. He might have a shot at it. like I said, last took it down. We'll go back to green here. Probably going to have about 15 laps left. So we'll see if Kenny Baum can't make a run back to the front. You got Chuck Sweeting there in 5th. He can make a good run for it. Like I said, Brockwell sitting right behind Washington on this restart for him to make it interesting. And Marshall on the outside, he's going to be looking for a good restart, trying to mix it up with Washington. And sitting 4th there, they call him Mr. Consistency, Brian Lambert in that 51 car. Yeah. Again, looking into the top 5. Let's see what he can do here.
Yeah, one thing I'll be watching would be that number 10 of Dave Washington, as he only took 2 tires. He said he's got a good car here. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as he's lined up to take the green flag on that inside row.
And as they come off of 4 here, lights are out, pace cars in. Washington goes immediately. He's out, racing again, green flag in the air. They're side by side for 2nd. Rockwell and Marshall looking for it. Lambert still there, battling with Kenny Baum. Sweeting there, you're going to see a scramble here. Only about, coming to the line this time, I believe we'll have 15 laps to go. And you see Washington loving this from here. Every time these guys get side by side, he gets a little bit more of a gap. Rockwell able to break 3 now as they battle for 3rd. Brian Lambert, Cody Marshall going at it. Lambert able to edge him into 1. Going to be able to pull it off. Yes, he will. Kenny Baum there. You saw him now. Cody Marshall going backwards. Kenny Baum looking to get by him here. Yes, he knows it going to the 4.
All right, coming across the line, we got Kenny Baum's front and the inside. Cody Marshall holding that inside line pretty well.
Oh, we got 1 spin at the back. 05 around. He got turned there. He was loose, but he got turned. Somebody got to the back and spun around.
He got put, well, he was loose. He got below the yellow line and our boys
that front end tore up a little bit. Granted, it's Richmond, so as long as the radiator's clean, I'm sure he'll just stay out and work with it. Not an aerodynamic track. You can see a car that's torn up go to victory lane here. Let's go ahead and get a replay real quick here from our rear-facing camera, brand new here at Noble Network 1, as we watch Gonier go around yet again. As we said, Mitch Lennon just nowhere to go. Got into him. Might have been able to save that if the 5 wouldn't have been there, but that's just how it goes sometimes.
As we got Mitch Lennon coming down pit road, we got Chad Osborne and the 05 of James Conner coming down the pit road as well. Like I said, Ian, the key thing is to not dip your car below that yellow line, and that's what James did. It looked like it really got him loose and checked up, which put Mitch to the back of him.
Yeah, and it was one of those situations where I think he didn't know Mitch was that close, and he may have just done the normal save procedure, which is just lock her down and keep her off everything, and Mitch just had nowhere to go. We're going to go ahead and catch our breaths here, take a break, send you off to a commercial here from PowerTek Solutions, sponsor of the PowerTek Solutions Nationwide Series.
Did your little storm knock out the power? Well, excuse me for not noticing. Hate to disappoint you, old man Winter. Better luck next time.
If the power goes out, the Generac standby generator goes on, automatically.
Down trees, flash floods. Is that all you've got?
Stand up to the threat of outages with Generac and never feel powerless.
And we're back here at Richmond, winding down to the end of this one here in the PowerTek Nationwide Series. See up front here we got the 10 of Dave Washington should have 8 to go here when we go back to green. As you see them starting to get side by side. Lights are still on, so we're not going green this time by as Okay, we're going to go ahead and do a Sandbags top 5 real quick as the number 10 car, Dave Washington, will sit out front for this restart. Dylan Brockwell, last week's winner. He's going to be outside pole. Brian Lambert, second place last week. He's going to sit third right behind Washington. Kenny Baum on the outside of that second row there. He's going to sit fourth last week. And Cody Marshall, rounding out your top 5. You guys are all going to be threats here when we go back to green, especially I keep an eye out for that 45 car, keep an eye out for that 51, and that 10 car is still going to be hard to get by, so catching is one thing, passing is another. We'll see what happens.
As we start rolling down the backstretch here, got Dave Washington, going to keep an eye on him. He spun his tires in the last restart, but he did get a good jump, so we'll have to watch this. As we got the Mustang dipping down into pit road. As we got Washington, looks like he checked out. There's something wrong with Washington. Washington spun out of turn 4.
Washington's out of fuel, it looks like. Looks like he was out of fuel. Spin there, no caution, still racing. He's out front now, running Rockwell out there, but here comes Kenny Baum looking around the outside. Rockwell's out of fuel.
Huge wreck on the back
straightaway. Big wreck out of turn 4. Turn 2.
Get some names for you here.
Oh no. On the 5 car. Looks like the 12 turned around. Back there.
Looks like we got
upside down.
Mike Ert, he was a lap down. He just got all the way, fought back onto the lead lap. He got caught up into that along with 12 Jade Williams. Looks like Brad Spadell got a little bit in the wall. He's got a little damage.
Yeah, looks like here Spadell just gives him a little bump coming out of the corner. Around goes Jade, and there goes everybody. Just nowhere to go as the cars start to scramble here, and late in the race, let's see what happened up front here.
And you got Chad Osborne.
Oh, yeah, he had a big hit. Michelin had a big hit as well. One of the cars involved there as we go ahead and look back here. It looks like the 18. Looks like the 18 was out of fuel. Not sure what happened to Dave Washington either. Not sure if he ran out. Something happened there on the restart. He's coming back up now. He's sitting in 11. And that's another one of those things. He's still running, so I guess he didn't run out of fuel. Let's see if we can look back at that restart. We'll see what happened.
I'm looking back. We got Mitch Lennon was hard into the wall. He's going to stop him from finishing this race. That's our points leader. Same with Chad Osborne. He's running 5th in points. He's out of the race. Jade Williams is out of the race. Stefan Brunel, Dave Camara, and Brian Neff are going to finish the cars that are pulled it behind the wall.
Well, it looked like here, look back at that restart, and it looked like Washington didn't run out of gas so much as he, a couple of the cars behind him jumped it looked like. I mean, they floored it before the leader went. Walter Noble, our leader, starts the race, and he went. Dave Washington did not go, and the inside line just ran everybody over, and that was an interesting restart to say the least, but not sure what exactly happened there. And then obviously out of 2, we just had that big wreck down the back straightaway.
Yeah, I got comments from Kenny Baum. He's saying that the 18 did jump to start, just checked up everybody because David didn't go.
We'll see if there is anything handed down because of that. Because as they run at the moment, Rockwell sits in front of Kenny Baum, and now we're starting to see Richmond take its toll. The 2 cars out front almost clean. Kenny Baum got a little bit of damage on either end of that race car, but the 37 tore up, the 62 is tore up, the 92, the 14, the 31, everybody's just got a little bit of damage here or there. Some of these guys more than others. Washington's back into his car's beat up. And yeah, as you see, as they go back through the pack, each one of these cars each car a little bit more damage, and it shows at Richmond. The battle scars show, but as I said, that 18 car, he's cut the fenders clean tonight, but I'm still not sure if he'll be able to bring it home. The 30 lights are off. We are going to come around. We are going to get a green-white checkered here. The next flag after the green flag will end the race, so we will see what happens as they come back around to the start-finish line.
And remember, Ian, we got Dylan Brockwell, who's leading right now, win last week.
He's sitting in a good position, but don't put it past Kenny Baum to get up there. Marshall off the suspension, green flag back there. We're racing Kenny Baum. Excellent restart. He's got a good run on fourth one. Side by side with Brockwell for the lead. Brockwell checking up. Kenny Baum able to cruise that thing around the outside. Can he make this stick? He gets the wall. He gets the wall. They're going to go three wide. Big wreck. Kenny Baum upside down. That's going to bring out a caution. That's going to be your race. And it looks like Dylan Brockwell is going to bring it home for the second week in a row. Back to back. That is impressive. And we're going to look at, we'll get your finalized standings here. I'm pretty sure there are a couple guys not happy with that at all. Kenny Baum, I mean, he threw it in there. That was a last-ditch effort. He was going for the checkers, and that was definitely one of those situations where he threw it in there, and it did not stick. The 18 ended up with a couple of these guys ended up taking big hits. The 37, he turned Kenny Baum, not intentionally, just got in a weird situation, and everybody got a little bit cramped, and that's how it ended up being. As you see cars that really shouldn't have been taken out.
It was definitely one of those hard racing incidences.
And Kenny Baum took a major hit there, and that was big. It was a hard hit, but as we look at it here, as they come back to the start-finish line, there's your leader, Dylan Brockwell. He is going to be your winner here at Richmond, followed by, as they come across the line, Cody Marshall. Rick Donovan in second now. Cody Marshall has slipped back.
It looks like we got a little mix-up here. It looks like Dylan Brockwell got put back to 11th.
Dylan Brockwell,
moving Cody Marshall to the win.
Did Brockwell receive a penalty?
Buddy left your channel.
Getting things worked out for you as we had a little mix-up there at the end as Dylan Brockwell has scored an 11th as he comes first across the line. Not sure exactly what happened there.
As I just spoke with our race control, the 18 penalized. He jumped the start, given a black flag, so that will put Cody Marshall up to the lead there as he crossed the line. Cody Marshall, your winner tonight at Richmond. Rick Donovan in the 31 will come home second. Chuck Sweeting third. As we come down the line here, coming in fourth is James Ross in the 14. The 05 of Grenier will come home fifth. Then we're on your top five. Then Sean Meddling Washington fought back to get seventh after that late race restart. The 51 in eighth. 75 of Ronald Henry coming home ninth. Rounding out your top five or top 10 is Brian Terry.
Coming into 11th, penalized for the overshooting on the start would be Dylan Brockwell in the 18. Followed by Brad Spidell in 12th, one lap down. The following cars did not finish the race. We have in 13th Kenny Baum Jr., followed by Mike Arn, Chad Osborne, Jade Williams, Mitch Lennon, our points leader, Stefan Brunel, Dave Carmel, and then Brian Neff, followed by the 11 car of Jimmy K. who did not look like he did not take the start.
User was moved to your channel.
All right, as we go right into driver interviews, Chuck Sweeting finishing off here at Richmond in the 3rd position. Chuck, take us through those last few laps. That was some hectic racing up front. What was going through the mind on that one?
It was pretty intense. That restart was just kind of messed up a little bit, and I take a little fault for running into the guy in front of me too. But it was intense. I love racing at this track, so can run on the inside or the outside and still do pretty good. But Noble's a great league and have a lot of fun racing here. Got to thank PowerTek.
I noticed on one of the restarts we had Dave Washington taking us to the green flag in the 18, jumped at the start. I'm not sure exactly if you know what happened. What was going on then?
Yeah, I couldn't see Dave, but I could see the 18, and I saw him go, and that made me want to go. And but the guy in front of me, Kenny, he knew that Dave didn't go, so he didn't go. So I kind of tapped Kenny, but then we just kind of all got messed up. Late in the race, we were just all a little anxious there, over anxious.
All right, is there anybody that you'd like to thank for coming home in 3rd place here at Richmond?
No, I'm still looking for a sponsor, so anybody that knows one, let me know.
There we go. That's Chuck Sweeting looking for a sponsor, a great driver, finishing in the top 3 here at Richmond.
User was moved to your channel.
Moving on to Rick Donovan, the 31 here, coming home 2nd here at Richmond. Rick, what a race, man.
Well, I'll tell you what, that restart, when Dave was up front up there, don't know what in the world happened. I'm still kind of scratching my head here thinking, what in the world just happened? So, hey, car was loose all day today. I don't know what to say.
Starting 12th, working your way all the way up to 2nd. What was the strategy that played out for you today? Was it fuel, tires, staying back, holding back? What were you got going on there?
Dylan, the main thing today is just keeping the car, trying to keep it straight going through the corners. Like I say, it was loose with me most of all the race. There was a couple little close calls that I had there to keep from hitting some folks, and there was one there, I can't remember who it was, and I ended up spinning myself out. But the cars were just really loose, and once you got tires on it, it drove fine for a few laps, and it was like turning a light switch off. You just didn't have any traction after that.
Hey, coming back to one of the restarts, I noticed I asked Chuck the same question. We had Dave Washington checked up on one of the restarts. What was your position on that?
Well, I didn't know what happened. You guys were watching it from the booth, and I didn't know whether he checked up or what was going on. I seen the whole field of cars just take off, and I, of course, took off when they did. And then all of a sudden, I see the hind end of the car in front of me try to hit its brakes as hard as it could, and I saw the pile up there, and just tried to work my way through around that. Never saw a caution come out until later, but I don't know the situation with that restart.
As we had Washington just check up, and well, he never really checked up. He just didn't go, and we had the 18 jump the start, which got everybody going.
Okay.
All right, so ending on that note, is there anybody that you'd like to thank for coming home here 2nd at Richmond?
Absolutely. I tell you, it's getting closer and closer for me, going on 3 years with Noble Motorsport. It's a lot of, it's tough work in the background doing some of the things, but definitely got to hand it out to rseat.net, NASCAR Hall of Fame, PowerTek Power Solutions, Wiley X Sunglasses, Sam Bass, and RD Designs. And you guys working really hard up here in the booth, calling the races and so forth. Big thanks to you guys. But what really makes this happen, Dylan, is I want to say thank you to all the members out there. because if it wasn't for them, this wouldn't take place.
All right, that's hearing what happens to make it happen from Rick Donathan, the number 31, coming home second here at Richmond.
And as we tried to catch up with Cody Marshall, but he didn't really want much of the credit because he wants to win one outright. Didn't like the fact he got it through a penalty, but still was happy. Like to thank his sponsors and that, but just did not want to be interviewed.
All right, ending on that note, is there any final thoughts, Ian?
Just a big race. I mean, one of those things where interesting finish for sure, and I'm not sure exactly what happened. We're still trying to sort that out. All we know is 18 penalized or a jumped start near the end of the race, and it got hectic, and we had a winner we didn't really expect. So we'll see what happens here coming in the next few weeks.
All right, let's move to Carl. Any last thoughts, our producer? Yeah, it was a bad break for him, but he still comes out in the points lead. Coming into one more race left here. We got two more races, excuse me. We go into Homestead next week, followed by the season finale at Texas. All right, I am Dylan Lee, Ian Adams, Carl Brown. We want to thank you for watching the 80 Laps here at Richmond, brought to you by PowerTek Power Solutions. Have a good night.
Did your little storm knock out the power? Well, excuse me for not noticing.
Hate to disappoint you, old man Winter. Better luck next time. If the power goes out, your Generac standby generator goes on, automatically.
Down trees? Flash floods? Is that all you've got?
Stand up to the threat of outages with Generac and never feel powerless.